Right, settle down, the lot of you. I haven't got all day, and frankly, I need a proper drink. You're here because you want to make a few quid in the Korean market. A market that, let's be honest, behaves like a bloody headless chicken most of the time. We're looking at the pre-market scenario for May 29th. Pay attention, because if you muck this up, it's your own funeral, not mine. Let's get on with it.
Look at this absolute bloodbath from yesterday. Foreigners dumped nearly 3 trillion won. 3 trillion! Absolute panic over some dodgy missiles flying about in the Middle East. The KOSPI took a beating. But look closer, you mugs. SK Hynix tanked 4% intraday and then clawed its way back to close in the green. What does that tell you? While the algos and the retail punters were wetting themselves over macro noise, the smart money was quietly hoovering up the dip. The tech fundamentals in this country are stubbornly resilient.
You need to understand how this market actually works. Korea is a high beta proxy for the rest of the world. It's a leveraged play. Chain A is doing exactly what you'd expect. US yields go up, the dollar strengthens, and foreign passive funds mechanically puke Korean large caps. It's mindless. But Chain B? That's where the magic happens. The link between US tech and Korean memory chips broke yesterday. Systemic selling dragged down AI fundamentals. That right there is an arbitrage gap, plain as day. And Chain C? The Korean retail investors? They call them ants here. And bloody hell, they swarm. They absorbed the institutional dumping. They're emotional, but right now, they're keeping the floor from falling out.
While everyone was busy watching the news channels, Dell dropped an absolute bombshell. AI server revenue up 750-odd%. And then you have SanDisk's CTO essentially admitting they're going to be out of memory chips until 2030. In Korea, memory is king. Samsung and Hynix hold the keys to this particular kingdom. This AI peak-out rubbish we've been hearing? Total bollocks. It's a structural deficit. If you're not loading up on Korean NAND and HBM supply chains during this Phase 2 shock gap, you shouldn't be in this job.
Right, the macro noise. We've got a 60-day ceasefire MOU between the Yanks and Iran. Trump's thinking about it, so God help us all. But the tail risk of oil spiking over $100 is rapidly deflating. The US PCE inflation data is exactly what we thought it would be. Now, ignore that geopolitical theater for a second and look at the actual corporate fundamentals. Software and agents are going gangbusters. Yesterday's KOSPI drop was a textbook overreaction. The macro noise is easing. The tech fundamentals are surging. Don't be thick. Buy the silicon.
I don't usually put much stock in these pretty little pie charts the quants churn out, but the maths here actually makes sense. We've done a Bayesian update, 65% chance of a bull scenario today. Why? Because Dell's earnings shock completely obliterates the Middle East tail risks. It's simply a bigger catalyst. If you see foreign net buying tick over 300 billion won this morning, the algorithmic switch flips. It's game on.
Sector rotation. It's not rocket science, mate. Overweight AI hardware and substrates. SK Hynix, Samsung Electromechanics. Overweight battery ESS. LG Energy Solution just bagged a 2.4 trillion won deal with DTE Energy. They're pivoting from EVs to AI grid power, and it's working. As for defense and refining, chuck them in the bin. The ceasefire MOU makes them dead weight for now. Don't get caught holding the bag.
Pay attention, because this is how you actually trade in Seoul. The Korean market has a nasty habit of wag the dog. The futures dictate the spot market. At 9 a.m., the retail lot will be chasing gaps like a pack of stray dogs. Let them. Don't touch a thing. At 9:30, watch the FX and oil. The real tell is at 10:30 when the Chinese market opens. That's when the foreign futures direction gets cemented. By 11 a.m., when the dust settles and the algorithms have finished their morning vomit, you step in. You load up heavily on core AI assets on the dip. Timing is everything here.
If you're going to play this game, don't be stupid about it. Target exposure is 75%. We're taking a punt based on yesterday's VIX spike, but keep your stop loss tighter than a duck's arse. If the KOSPI drops below 8100 and stays there for an hour, you mechanically cut 20%. No feelings, just maths. And keep one eye on Trump and the US retail savings rate. If the American consumer stops spending, this whole tech rally goes pear-shaped.
Right, that's the lot. Read the bloody disclaimer. It's a quantitative model, which means if you lose your shirt, don't come crying to me. You're on your own. Now, if you'll excuse me, my throat's parched, and there's a bottle of scotch with my name on it. Cheers.